everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Get started here. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, listen, question for you. Here's a quick question. How are you as a guide? Think about that for just a second. Hey, Miss Tiffany, how are you? How are you as a guide? Welcome, everybody. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm your international speaker and trainer, farm boy from Ohio, living in the Ozarks now on a ranch, 30 acres, where I do live events and I help people have more of what they want and less of what they don't. My question to you today is, how are you as a guide? I'm going to listen. It's a meaningful Monday. You may want to sit down for just a second, because I think there's a chance you suck as a guide. Listen carefully. Hang on now. It's not my opinion. It's your opinion. Wait, what? Yeah, sometimes when you get mad at yourself, aren't you the one guiding you, right? Sadhguru says, in this moment, choose joy or choose misery. Choose joy or choose misery. So right now, if you're sitting there and you're having a conversation and you're a little bit worried about life, that's you. That's your guide. You're also have, it's your responsibility, your ability to respond. So my question to you again is, how are you as a guide? If you're struggling, if you're suffering, if you're frustrated, if your health isn't to where you want it to be, you've got to make some changes. You are the guide. So how do we shift that? How do we change that? We've got to remember we've been a good guide. You've been a good guide in the past. You've done good things for yourself in the past. You did good things yesterday. You guided yourself to help somebody else. Sometimes helping other people is a good thing. Wouldn't you say it's a good thing? I'd say it's a good thing. So how do you get better at becoming a better guide? You set your intentions. How many of you set your intentions last night? How many of you set your intentions the night before and then failed to launch them the next day? You're not a good guide. You can be better, though. Here's the thing: awareness. Awareness makes you a good guide. Why do you hire a guide? Why do you hire a coach? Why do you hire a teacher, a trainer, a mentor? Why do you pay for these people? To guide you, to see the things that you can't see. In psychology, it's called a scotoma. And a scotoma is that thing that we have that's called a blind spot. You know it better as a blind spot. You ever driving along on the highway and you start to merge lanes left or right, and all of a sudden you hear, and all you, what's that? I didn't see them. Where did they come from? Oh my gosh. And if you're riding with somebody, they want to yell and scream and holler at you. Why aren't you paying attention? I didn't see them. Is your response. I didn't see them. So what do? You readjust and you get better and you turn a little bit farther to look into those blind spots. You lean a little bit more to check the mirrors. How much leaning are you going to do today? I can tell you, I can share with you a way that you can mentally lean. You can emotionally lean. It's called doing your gratitude, setting your state. See, Tony Robbins talks about you can draw 3 circles on your paper, 3 circles in a line, circle, circle, circle. I'm going to start with the one on the right. The one on the right says strategy. Most people's focus is on strategy. Most people are wanting to guide themselves through the how, through the how, through the how, through the how. You want to know why how isn't what you truly need to be a better guide? Here's why. Here's an example. How many of you have ever been in an argument? Drop an A in the chat. You ever been in an argument? Drop an A in the chat. And anybody ever say, you're right, and you knew darn well they knew you weren't right, or they were not being properly, positively correct when they said, you're right. Fastest way to end an argument is to go, you're right. So see, that's strategy. You said you're right, but the way you said it, why doesn't that right work? When you're helping a little child and you're helping a little child to understand math or spelling and you go, you're right. You're right. You're so right. But in an argument, you say, you're right. You're so right. What's the difference? It's the state. Many of the people that I work with, many of the people that I see in the audiences that I speak to around the world, most people are stuck in strategy. Tony Robbins calls it the tyranny of how. The tyranny of how. So if you're stuck in strategy, you suck as a guide. Because to climb Mount Everest is to go from this point to that point to this point. Why would you need a Sherpa? Why would you need anybody to guide you along? Why do big boats hire pilots to come out and get on the boat and tell them to tell the captain about the water and the flow? It's because he has intimate knowledge of that particular channel, that particular canal, that particular shipping lane. And you want to guide yourself. Here's the thing. You are buying trainings, you are buying books, you are buying seminars, you are attending workshops. But why are you still stuck? You might still be stuck because of the mindset that's listening to the information. See, you can't hear the top of Mount Everest story. You can't feel the top of Mount Everest story unless you've been there. This is why coaches, while you're trying to do the DIY method, coaches do not work. Listen, I love everybody who helps people and supports people and trains people. But coaches might not have been through the ringer. Coaches might not have been through the challenges. And here's the thing. How many of you have ever heard this? Drop a 1 in the chat. If I could do it, you could do it. How many of you have heard, if I could do it, you could do it? That is such the biggest farce. That is such the biggest lie. It is. Listen, I've said it before. Before I understood psychology, before I understood neuroencoding, before I understood programming, before I understood schizomas, before I understood self-talk, before I understood all of that, I used to say, if I could do it, you could do it. I'm a farm boy from Ohio. That is the biggest crock that exists. The fact that you could do it means it's possible, doesn't mean I can. Doesn't mean I want to. I had a buddy of mine, Scott Schilling, on Saturday on our morning show, on our VIP community call. And he said, it's all about want to. How big's your want to? Is it bigger than your not to? I want to do this. How big is your want to? So listen, you can change the way that you guide yourself. It's truly by what Emerson said, the most difficult thing man or woman could ever do is the idea of sustained thought. How long did your dreams stay top of mind yesterday? I'm serious. How long out of the 24 hours, 84,000 seconds, how long did your dreams stay top of mind? You know when they show up? Listen carefully. You know when most people's dreams show up? When their desire to work on their dreams show up? Tell me, when do most people's dreams, their desires, their wants, their wishes, their focus, when does it show up? When they're happy and ecstatic, or when they're mad and frustrated and aggravated and agitated? They say, I'm going to go off, screw this. I'm going to go after my dreams. And because you haven't learned how to turn that energy into true manifestation, because it's not that it's not that you can't manifest from negative energy. You can, absolutely, 100%. The challenge is that you haven't looked at it as just energy. You've looked at it as frustrating energy. So therefore, when you go to guide yourself, you're guiding yourself out of hell in a handbasket. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you suck as a guide. You're going to be more frustrated than you are happy. The average bear is going to wind up below the line of their average. Here's their average. They're going to live just below the line, and they think that's the motivating factor. You want to know the motivating factor? You want to see how a shift in a motivating factor could change? Imagine if you were the one that gave blood and saved a child. Some of you may have done that. How many of you have dropped a B in the chat if you've ever given blood to save somebody? I dare you to tell me that that didn't make you feel good. You just gave your blood, and your blood's already replacing itself as it's leaving your body. And you gave blood to save somebody's life. How fast did you forget that you were a lifesaver? I'm serious. Oh, well, I just gave blood. Is that what you said? I just gave blood. I just gave blood. You saved somebody's life. And you just gave blood. Look at how you minimize your own greatness. Well, other people did it too. I don't care about other people. I care about you. You gave blood to save somebody's life. Well, it really wasn't that difficult. I promise you, the dream zone you're going to move into, the dream zone you want to arrive at, is it going to be difficult? Hold on to that for a second. The dream zone that you want to arrive in, is it going to be difficult? Maybe it's possible that you are wired to difficult. And I can tell you 98% of the population. Why? Because about 2% of the people are living their dreams. The other 98% are living their nightmares with a nice, warm, cozy blanket that protects them every now and then. So how do you shift this? You got to write down, you have to overwhelm your emotional awareness that you're just a good egg. You're a freaking amazing good egg. You're just good, period. And this is self-talk. And this is neuroencoding. And this is understanding your DMP. This week, I'm starting a course where I'm going to take people on a 30-day journey, to unlock their highest and best in 30 days. It's intense. Listen, if you're going to take a vacation, if you're going to go do some things, if you're not going to play full out, don't even ask for more information. But if there's a part of you that says the next 30 days, I need to, I want to, I kind of have to, I got to double my income. I've done this for 30 years. For 30 years, I've done this. I've taught these secrets to people. What would it be worth to you to go double your income in 30 days? I don't care if you're making 10 grand a month or 50 grand a month or 100 grand a month. The only thing that you need more of is more people, right? There's the Z curve of marketing. I'm not going to teach it to you now, but the Z curve of marketing, that's all you can do. Brian Tracy's 4 things is all you can do. Start something, stop something, do more of something, or do less of something. And that's it. We're not going to complicate the Hades out of this. You're either going to start to do something, you are going to break some patterns, and you are going to get into highest activity. And the activities you're currently doing might be productive, but they're not producing. Think about that. They might be productive, but they're not producing the result you want. So in 30 days, we're going to shift that, change that. We're going to learn about that. So my conversation for you today is, do you want to be a better guide to yourself? Because the DIY method, the do-it-yourself method of leadership, of mental toughness, of self-talk, doesn't work. Doesn't work. It doesn't. You're struggling. Listen. Did you want to be farther in 2023? I don't care about the last decade or 2 decades or 3 decades that you've fallen short of your dreams, your wants, your wishes. Listen, they're not my dreams, not my wants, not my wishes. They're yours. And you know you've fallen short of them. Many you've hit some targets. You're like playing darts. Every now and then you hit a bullseye and you get excited. That's awesome. You should get excited. I'm talking about from now until the rest of your time. We all know how much time's in the top of the hourglass. None of us know how much is in the bottom. We all know how much is in the bottom. See that? Even I get messed up. We all know how much is in the bottom, but none of us know how much is in the top. So reach out to me. Say, I want to be a part of the DMP 30. DMP 30. Just send it in the chat. I want to be a part of the DMP 30. The biggest price you will pay is your time. Oh, there's a fee that goes along with it. That's pretty steep. But there's the biggest fee that you'll pay is your time. And you've got to decide, am I worth it? Are you worth it for you? 30 days. Just give me 30 days. I appreciate you. I love you tons. I'm your head definite major purpose misfit. I'll see you where? I'll see you at the next event. Till then, bye for now, everybody. And I don't know that I ever live streamed it on. Yes, I did. You too. I love you tons. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of the views on the shorts and for all of the new followers. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Till then, bye for now. And